What's up, Sam? How you doing today?
I'm doing well, doing well. Thank you for asking.
You ready for Christmas and all that?
No,
No?
no.
Well, it's
Haven't even
coming.
started. I know it's coming. I know it's coming, and I will be ready by the time it gets here. But it's been busy.
Okay. Well, tell the people who you are and what you do and all of that.
Absolutely. So my name is Samantha Carter Campbell, and I am the broker in charge of Carolina Coast and Country Real Estate Company. I do residential real estate, commercial real estate, and property management all around the PD. I am in 4 different MLSs. I'm currently a member of the PD Real Estate Association. I'm also a member of Coastal Carolinas Association of Realtors, a member of the Charleston Trident Association of Realtors, and the Columbia Consolidated MLS. So that's what I do.
Great credentials, yeah.
Thank you.
My first question to you is, I'm a prospective home buying, looking to get a home. What is the criteria or what is the main thing you're going to look for when I step into your office?
Absolutely. So one of the very first things that you need to do is you need to have already gotten familiar with your credit. And what I mean by that is you need to know what your scores are. You don't necessarily have to be pre-approved. It's a good thing to be pre-approved once you contact a real estate agent. But if you're not, we can help guide you in the right direction. But you do need to know what you're working with. So the first thing you need to know is you need to know all about your scores. You need to know if you've got the amount of trade lines that are required, which are typically 3 trade lines. And trade lines, for those of you who do not know, are things that you pay monthly that report directly to your credit report. You need to know if you've got any charge-offs and collections and how old those charge-offs and collections are. And don't go and open up new credit right before you apply for credit to get loan, anything like that. There's just certain criteria that you need to make sure that you're meeting prior to coming and sitting down and talking with us.
Okay. Or maybe I may be on a lower scale, someone who wants to purchase a home, and I may be qualified under a lower income. What advice would you give to an individual who think they're not worthy of trying to find something because of their income basics? What would you suggest to them?
Absolutely. So first things first, do not let your income deter you from being able to think you're worthy of buying a home, because you're going to have to pay a mortgage somewhere, whether it be for your own home or whether it be for a rental property that you have to rent from somewhere. But there's a mortgage on that property some way or somehow. And if you can afford to pay rent, you can 10 times afford to buy a house. The only difference is the maintenance you get from rentals you will not get when you own that particular property. But it's not something that you can't do just because you do have a lower income. I have gotten people approved for homes that are on fixed incomes. They have a monthly budget of, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 a month. And they didn't think they could make it happen, but they did, because there are programs out there to help you. I can go into detail about those programs if you want to know about those programs. One particular that is near and dear to my heart is the USDA Direct program. For those of you who do not know, USDA Direct is a program that goes directly through the government. Our office for our program is here off of 3rd Loop Road, right down probably about 1.5 miles from my office, and I do a lot of work with those guys. I love those ladies to death. But basically what you do is you apply for a loan, but you apply directly through the government. The beauty of this program is this. It allows you to be able to buy more house for less money, and also, it allows you to be able to do some things that traditional lenders will not allow you to do. For example, you can buy a home that might not necessarily be turnkey ready. And if you've got the money in the budget, they will allow you to fix that house up to meet your needs. They also qualify, or if you qualify, you may be eligible for what we call a subsidized rate. What is a subsidized rate? Well, a subsidized rate is a rate lower than the actual rate that you would be charged. Well, first of all, they're typically a little bit lower than what the average interest rates are anyway, because it's a government-based program. But then, even in addition to that, you may qualify for an interest rate as low as 1%. Again, if you qualify. And you won't know that information unless you do apply. They also have 33-year terms and 38-year terms. They can drag their terms out to 38 years. What does this do for you as a buyer? Well, taking it out to 38 years allows them to make the payments even lower every month to make it easier for you to obtain home ownership, okay? The goal is not to get a house and lose a house. The goal is to be able to get the house and be able to keep the house. There's so many different other things that this program has to offer that I don't even think we would have enough time. We'd have to do a whole totally different episode just to talk about how much stuff that this USDA low income direct program offers.
Okay. And what is your answer to a lot of people saying right now is not a good time to, whether it is different from what you're saying, it's not a good time, it's not a good market to purchase home? What would you say to that individual?
Why not? Why would it not be a good time to buy? Anytime that you have the ability to buy is a good time to buy.
Great. Glad you answered that. And any final thoughts you want to convey to anyone? What a little bit of, you were just telling me that you went to a seminar. What are the main thing that you got out of that seminar that sticks out to you that you can convey to everyone?
Well, the seminar that you're referring to is a seminar that I did over in Marion County just last week, and it was a seminar for young ladies who were looking to get into home ownership. This was their first time. They just wanted to sit down and have a casual conversation about the steps about going about buying a home. And we do these types of seminars often. You would just have to get in contact with our office to find out when the next one is going to be held. But I'm more than happy to share that information with anyone who wants to have that information. But the main thing that I could truly tell you that I get out of this is that no matter who you are, no matter where you live, and no matter what your circumstances are, everybody has a dream of being able to one day own a home. They don't care whether it's, right now or a little bit later on down the road. They just want to one day be able to say, I own a home. And talking to these young ladies and looking at them as they were listening attentively to us as we were talking to them and explaining to them the process and the steps that they would have to go through, it gives me hope, because these young ladies are the ladies of the future. They are the moms. They had their babies there, and they're going to change a lot for their family trees by obtaining home ownership, something that
Absolutely.
they may not have ever seen in their past before. Their moms, their grandmothers, their great-grandmothers may have never owned homes, or their fathers, or whatever their case may be. This may be the first time that someone in their home may have been able to own a home, and just to kind of see the look on their faces, they're sitting there thinking, okay, I have hope now.
I can do this.
I can do this.
Absolutely.
This is something that's not so far-fetched for me. And all they needed was someone just to sit down, take an opportunity to explain it to them, and offer to help them.
Samantha, thank you very much for your time, and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you as well. I hope Santa Claus is good to you.
Okay.
All right.